Good morning, students. Today we are discussing dual nature of radiation and matter in it integrated video 6th one. In this one, already in 5th video we solved some numericals, the same concept, Einstein's photoelectric equation and energy of quantum radiation. In it some other numericals are. In that, here what they gave one numerical here, photosensitive metallic surface has a work function. Here first they gave one work function. How much it is? H nu naught. If the photon of energy, that must be H nu naught, falls on this surface, the electrons are come out with maximum velocity 4 into 10 power 6 meter per second. So velocity given V equal to 4 into 10 power 6 meter per second. Okay, similarly work function phi naught, that equal to what they gave? H nu naught. Similarly energy E equal to how much they gave? 2 H nu naught they gave. According to Einstein's photoelectric equation, what you can write? Simple, kinetic energy maximum, so half m V maximum square, that equal to E minus phi naught work function. That means half m into, instead of this V maximum, how much they gave? 4 into 10 power 6. So 4 into 10 power 6 whole square, that equals to energy, how much they gave? 2 H nu naught minus work function, how much they gave? H nu naught. So final equation what you can write? Half m into 16 into 10 power 12, that equals to H nu naught. This is equation number 1. Up to here the data. After that what they gave? When the photon energy is increased to 5 H nu naught. Now energy is increased 5 H nu naught. Now E dash equal to what we can write? 5 H nu naught. And the work function will be same for the same metal, so we will write as H nu naught. Now they are asking velocity maximum, how much it is, they are asking. So I will treat it as it is V max. Okay. Another V1 max, I will write like this. Now apply the same equation. Then what we can write? Half m V1 maximum square, that equal to, now energy how much it is? Energy is now 5 H nu naught. So 5 H nu naught minus H nu naught. Then what is the value? It is nothing but half m V square V1 maximum square, that equals to, what can I write? 5 H nu naught. This is equation number 2. Now one will be substituted into, then half m V maximum square V1 maximum square, that equal to 4 into, instead of this H nu naught, already here we have one equation, that is substituted here. How much it is? Half m into 16 into 10 power 12. Okay. Now I want to be cancelled here. Half will get cancelled, will get cancelled. Then 4 16s are 64. Now here V1 square. Now take that root. Then what you can get? Finally V1 equal, you can get under root 64 into 10 power 12. That means 8 into 10 power 6 meter per second. How much value we measured? 8 into 10 power 6 meter per second. This is the first result. Clear? In this video, what it is? First they gave a work function will be H nu naught and energy will be 2 H nu naught and velocity will be given 4 into 10 power 6 meter per second. Then by using Einstein's equation, what it is? Kinetic energy maximum, Ke maximum equal to E minus work function. So E minus phi naught. Now I want to do one equation here. Then after, the energy will increase up to 5 H nu naught. So that energy will be 2 H nu naught to, it is increased to 5 H nu naught. Then what can I write? Half m V1 maximum square equals to 5 h nu instead of energy. Now what it will be increased? 5 h nu naught. So 5 h nu naught minus h nu naught, that will be represented by 4 h nu naught. Already in equation 1 h nu naught what we measured? We measured as half m 16 into 10 power 12. Now substitute here, then half m will get cancelled. So 4 16s are 64. Here square is there, we will apply the root. Then root 64 into 10 power 12, that means 8 into 10 power 6 meter per second. Okay, this is the first sum. Next one is, here what they gave, according to Einstein's photoelectric equation, the graph is given between kinetic energy of photoelectrons ejected and the frequency of incident radiation. When the photoelectrons are emitted from the metal surface, or we must incident with a certain threshold frequency, then only photoelectrons will eject from the metal surface. If not, photoelectrons does not come out from the metal surface. Photoelectrons, it could not come out from the metal surface. So frequency, that frequency is called threshold frequency. Here frequency from the starting it is there, so it is not. Here frequency also be here considered from the starting, here also be from origin, but here after a certain frequency, that means threshold frequency, then only the photoelectrons will come out from the metal surface. Yes or no? So what is the option here? The option of the answer will be fourth one. Here the option will be fourth one. Most important. You need to remember this point. Clear na? If frequency of incident radiation must be below the threshold, there is no photoelectric effect takes place. Already we know that. So above the threshold frequency, from there only the electrons can move. If frequency will increase, kinetic energy will increase more. Say yes or no? That only here we are seeing. Up to a certain threshold frequency, the electrons does not emitted, then after it will increases linearly. That means the kinetic energy will increase if frequency will increase. Clear? If intensity will increase, what happen? Current will increase more. Here related to frequency. Clear? This is the next one. And third one, by the photoelectric effect, Einstein's what he proved. He discussed about that light will be as in the form of a small particles. That particle contains some packet of energies, and that packet of energies also be called as photons. Each photon contains a energy E equal to how much they gave? H nu. So in it options, see that what the Einstein's prove that is E equal to H nu. So first option is the right one. Second option what they gave? Kinetic energy, that related to frequency or intensity, like that. Clear? So in these all options, energy of photon already we learned about that, E equal to H nu. Say yes or no? So here option is A for this bit. Clear? Next one is, see here in this problem, photoelectric work function for a metal surface is given. How much the work function will be given? Phi naught equal to 4.125 electron volt. Okay, the cutoff wavelength, they are asking lambda naught. Cutoff wavelength, they are asking lambda naught. How can you measure? So work function phi naught equal to H nu naught in terms of frequency. This one we can written as phi naught equal to Hc by lambda naught. Now they are asking this threshold wavelength, that is lambda naught. How can you measure now? This I want to take this side. So lambda naught equal to Hc by phi naught. This Hc value in terms of electron volt. How can you write? How you can write? Very simple, you can written as lambda naught equal to 12,004 to EV nanometer by phi naught. Phi naught value, how much it is? It is nothing but 4.125 electron volt. Say yes or no? So that if you cancel this EV, okay, then if you be solve these all, how much you get that value? Lambda naught equal to approximate, you can get that 3000 angstroms. How much you get? Approximate, you can get 3000 angstrom. Clear? Simple they are asking. Phi naught equal to h nu naught. Already we know that work function formula. That mu naught you can convert it as c by lambda. Already so many times we have discussed that. Say yes or no? So lambda naught equal to hc by phi naught. From that lambda naught you need to be write one formula. Then substitute that value. So hc value already we know that. Here hc is nothing but 1242 EV nanometer. In terms of angstrom, what you can write? 12,420 EV angstroms. You can write like that also. Clear? Next one is the threshold frequency for photoelectric effect of sodium corresponding to the wavelength of. Here wavelength they gave. Threshold frequency for. They are asking threshold frequency. Photoelectric effect on sodium corresponding to the wavelength of 5000 angstrom. Okay, threshold frequency for photoelectric effect of sodium corresponding to the wavelength. So, threshold wavelength they gave. How much it is? Lambda naught. How much it is? 5000 angstrom they gave. Now, what they are asking? Work function only they are asking. Work function pi equal to or pi naught equal to. What you can write? H nu naught for threshold frequency. This I want to be write as phi naught equal to hc by lambda naught. Okay, lambda naught value already they mentioned and hca value also we know. So phi naught equal to h value. Planck's constant, how much it is? 6.63 into 10 power minus 34 and light velocity, how much it is? 3 into 10 power 8. Says or no? So 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second by lambda naught. How much they give? 5000 angstrom. Angstrom means 10 power minus 10. If you solve these all, how much you get the answer? It is approximate 4 into 10 power phi naught equal to 4 into 10 power minus 19 joule you can get that. Okay. Here that work function we will discuss it with joules. Clear na? These are all. What we cover the Einstein's photoelectric equation and quantum of radiation. In this concept, up to now we discussed the numericals. Now, see here, next concept is in integrated, next concept is photoelectric cells. Next concept is photoelectric cells. What is a photoelectric cell? Are you know that? Very simple. A device which converts light energy into electrical energy. The device is known as photoelectric cell or simply photocell. What it want to be converted that? The light energy, it converts the light energy into electrical energy. Light energy into electrical energy. This device is known as photoelectric cell or photocell. These photocells are three types. One is photoemissive cell, second one is a photoconductive cell, and third one is a photovoltaic cell. How many types of the cells are? Three types. One is a photoemissive cell, and second one is a photoconductive cell, and third one is a photovoltaic cell. What about the photoemissive cell? To explain that photoemissive cell, here we draw one circuit. Very simple circuit diagram. Here we want to take one G glass tube, evacuated glass tube, and one cathode and one more anode. We will consider in that glass tube. This cathode will be given to negative terminal of the battery, connected to negative terminal of the cell or battery, and anode is connected to another end of the means positive terminal of the cell. Then anode will become as a positive and cathode will become as a negative. Clear na? This is the circuit diagram to explain about the photoemissive cell. What is a photoemissive cell? Are you know? If a light is incident upon cathode, when light is incident upon cathode, then what you can observe? You can observe very clearly that the electrons are emitted. The electrons are emitted from the photosensitive material. What is the photosensitive material? Are you know? With light, if light is incident upon a metal, the electrons are ejected from the metal, nothing but alkalic metals. They are called photosensitive metals. They are called photosensitive metals. Clear? Now light is incident on this photosensitive material, then what you are observed? Very clearly we can observe that irrespective of that light, electrons are ejected from the cathode. Okay, here anode have a positive potential, so this positive will attracted by this negative electrons. Then the photocurrent is observed through this galvanometer. This is the photoemissive cell. What is the photoemissive cell? If light is incident on photometal surface, sensitive metal surface, then electrons are ejected from the metal surface. Here I am asking one more. What are photoelectrons? Nothing but the electrons which are ejected from photosensitive metal. The electrons which are ejected from photosensitive material, that are called photoelectrons. The electrons which are ejected from photosensitive material, that electrons are called photoelectrons. These photoelectrons are with the help of incident radiation which have above the threshold frequency. The frequency of the light will be above the threshold frequency of light. Then only electrons are ejected from the cathode. These emitted electrons are, here we give positive, so the electrons are attracted by this positive plate. Then what you can observe? You can observe that photocurrent will be observed in the circuit. Okay, this is a photoemissive cell. This is nothing but a photoemissive cell. Clear? Have any doubt in it? Very simple. When light energy falls onto the photosensitive material here, then the electrons are ejected and it will reach to anode. This electrons measurement will be given by this galvanometer. Clear? This is a photoemissive cell. These photoemissive cells are two types. One is this photoemissive cells are two types. One is gas emissive cell and one more vacuum type emissive cell. Vacuum type emissive cell. What we are explained up to now, this glass tube is we are taken as a vacuum. Clear na? That is a vacuum cell. Clear na? Vacuum type of photo cell. Very simple. Inside the tube there is no air or any other gas. If suppose some gases, ionization gases will be introduced in between the plates or in the glass tube, then they are called gas emissive photoelectric cells. Gas photoemissive cells. Clear na? To give here the gas emissive cells are we are used in cinematography and recording and reproduction of sound. For that only we are used this gas filled emissive cell. Gas filled emissive cell. Okay, clear? And vacuum cells we are used for photometry and in televisions. Photometry and in televisions we are used that. These are all about the photoemissive cell. Second one is, what is the second one? What is the types of photocells? First one is the emissive cell. In that emissive cell we have two. One is the vacuum type emissive cell and one more is gas filled emissive cell. Okay. Now we are discussing about the second one, that is photoconductive cell. For this photoconductive cell, here we are considered one semiconductor that must be taken as a photosensitive material. Okay, that must be, we can take it as a photosensitive material. See here, second one is a photoconductive cell. This photoconductive cell is based on the fact electrical resistance of certain semiconductors, electrical resistance will be decreased. Okay, that must be decreased with increase of intensity of incident light, or simply with increase of incident light, intensity of incident light. So here mainly we are taking one semiconductor material which is arranged like this, and above that a transparent foil of metal we will place, and this is connected to these two are placed above the iron plate. Now this is connected to one cell and with one resistance, and it will be as a closed one. Now the light will incident upon this transparent foil of metal. Then what happens? This light will falls here, then energy will received by these semiconductors, then it will decrease its electrical resistance. The semiconductor's electrical resistance here decreases. If a semiconductor's electrical resistance will decrease, what happens? Conductivity will increase. That's why it is called photoconductivity cell. Okay, this is called a photoconductive cell. Why? Because the electrical resistance will be decreased to the semiconductor material. When light will falls onto the transparent foil, then the electrical resistance of semiconductor will decrease. Okay. Then after, if intensity of light will increase, if intensity of light will increase, what you can observe? You can observe the photosensitive current will be increased. But while the light will fall, this process doesn't take immediately. It will take some time gap. This is the main drawback. This is the main drawback. This current changes with intensity of incident light, but with some time lag. This is the main drawback. It will take some time lag. That's why it is the main defect. That's why it is used very, very rarely. Clear na? This is a photoconductive cell. In it, what you can take here? You can take one semiconductor material. That materials are nothing but selenium and lead sulfate, like that. That material you can take it as a semiconductor material. Above that, you can take one transparent foil. These two are placed above the iron plate. Now light is incident with certain frequency. Then what happens? The electrical resistance of semiconductor material is decreases. If electrical resistance will decrease, what happens? Conductivity will increase. That's why it is called photoconductive cell. Clear? This is the main point in it. While light will fall upon it, due to that the electrical resistance of semiconductor will decrease. Electrical resistance of semiconductor will decrease. Okay, with the incident of intensity of incident light. Okay, clear? This is the main point. If electrical resistance electrical resistance of semiconductor decreases, means conductivity of that will be increased. Conductivity of that cell is increased. But here one drawback is there. What is the drawback? If light is incident, so that change of the current will be, it will take a little time lag. The change of current, it will take some time lag. So it is the main drawback. Okay. Next one is, See here, third one is photovoltaic cell. This photovoltaic cell contains here cuprous oxide and with a little copper coating upon these all placed as one copper plate. And externally we will connect one resistance with one circuit. Now, in this one, how the photoelectrons are emitted and how the current will conduct. We want to be see here. It consists of a copper plate coated with a thin layer of cuprous oxide Cu2O. The semi-transparent film of silver is laid on this plate to provide a good contact. So here a little bit silver easy. A silver coated will be placed upon this Cu2O. Now, if light is incident upon that oxide layer, now what you can observe? The electrons are emitted from that oxide layer. Are you understand? So when light will fall on that oxide layer, the electrons are emitted from that layer and moves into copper plate. Then oxide layer becomes a positive and copper plate become negative. Are you understand? One plate become positive and this will become positive and this will become negative. That only here they give. Oxide layer becomes positive and copper plate becomes negative. So EMF will be developed in that circuit. So it behaves like a voltaic cell. Here, without use of any outside battery in the external circuit, it will work. The photovoltaic cell is differed from other photocells are nothing but in external circuit we cannot use any external battery. To accelerate the emitted photoelectrons. Clear na? As that cell generates its own EMF. That is the main advantage here. It can create or it can develop its own EMF. That is the main difference between the other and this one cell. Okay. This is a photovoltaic cell. In photovoltaic cell, silver coated, here cuprous oxide, copper. Now light will incident, then from this layer electrons are emitted, then it will be behaves as a positive and electrons will enter into copper, so it is behaves as a negative. Then in between some EMF will develop. Here na? So this oxide layer will behave as a positive and it is electrons are emitted from that. And copper plate behaves as a negative. So EMF will be developed in it. So it behaves as a voltaic cell. So here to accelerate the photoelectrons, no external EMF is not connected in external circuit. That is the main difference between this cell and other cells. Here, next one is uses of photocells. Uses of photoelectric cells. Up to now we have discussed about 3 types of photocells that are already we discussed that. First one is a photo emissive cell, second one is a photovoltaic cell, and third one is a photoconductive cell. Clear? Photoemissive cell, photoconductive cell, and photovoltaic cell. Now, what are the uses of that all? First use is very simple. It must be a reproduction of sound for motional pictures. It is the most important application of photoelectric cells. That is the reproduction of sound in motional pictures. And also automatic switches for street lights. Maybe at the street ends we have that maybe in villages or at any centers without use of electrical energy. Directly we will use these photocells. Due to that photocells, that light will convert it into electrical energy that we are used. Okay, there only. At the evening time, when light is becomes dark, at that time automatically that light will on, and at morning it will be off. So most probability is used automatic switches for street lights and burglar alarms to ring the bell. They are used the burglar alarms to ring the bell. Where we are used? Are you know that to protect some important things? They are giving some photo radiations. If any theft will or thief will kept the hand or he will be entered into the room, the light will cut. Immediately, when light will stop, immediately what happens? It will give the alarm. Like that only. In burglar alarms to ring the bell to protect the things from thieves. Okay? Without thefting. We will use this one. Next one is to detect opacity of solids. Opacity of solids. To detect opacity of solids and automatic doors. One more use, automatic doors. Where you are used, suppose if you entered into the one malls, while you are entered into that near to the gate, that doors are trying to be open, or suddenly that accelerators, if you entered into in it, near to it, that accelerators will start by itself. Says or no? These are all photosensitive. Clear? So, to open and close the doors automatically, to control the temperature for NANDs in and chemical reactions, to control the temperature for NANDs and chemical reactions, and use it to automatic counting. Maybe while we are made a lot of parts for the mission, how many number of parts we made to count that? Suppose one instrument is there. If we want to be measured 1,000 of that instrument part, like nails like that. Suppose that nails we want above 10,000, then they will count immediately, automatic counting. In it automatic counting, we are use this photocells. Clear? To use it to obtain electrical energy from sunlight during space travel. Okay, these are all main uses of our applications of photocells. Remaining we will discuss in a next video.